Yes, I did go on a few hundred dates with a few hundred men, and it was over the span of 8 years. And I want to share some of them stories with y'all because it legit might help somebody out here. So I'm Be Mindful. I'm a dating and relationship coach, and I've been coaching for over 16 years. Now, this is my most memorable date only because it baffled me the most. And I have shared it before, but it's been a while since I shared it, so I'm going to share it again. Now, this particular man I met online, yes, I met a lot of men online during this time period. I met online, and he is an attorney in the DMV. Very handsome guy, tall, very beautiful man, okay, and successful in all those things. The first night we went out, we went to dinner, and we had great conversation. Now, one thing that made my spidey senses go off, at the conclusion of the date, he did not walk me to my car. So I said, red flag number one. Now, I was still willing to be open-minded. That's just one strike, okay? You get 3 strikes, but this was, unless it's a big one strike, and then it's absolutely hell no. But he called me the next morning, and he said, hey, I have a birthday dinner to go to. Would you like to be my date? And I said, yes, I would love to be your date. Now, the birthday party, of course, I don't know a soul here but him, and I barely know him. So, of course, I sit next to my date. It's probably about 8 or 9 people in attendance. Everybody's drinking, having food. Food is looking good, dessert and everything. But, of course, I'm a lady. I'm paying attention to what my date is eating. My date only got an appetizer. I got an appetizer, right? Because I'm not to break his bank. I'm like, okay, he get an appetizer. I'm going to follow his lead. He also had a drink or two. I did not. I had club soda because I don't drink alcohol because I'm allergic to it. Everybody else is drinking and literally having full meals and desserts. There was a couple that they came late. And so because they came late and everybody had already eaten, they said, we'll get a separate check. The birthday party boy announced it to everybody. He says, okay, everybody, we're just going to split the checks evenly. $90 a person. And I said, $90 a person. I only had chicken tenders and a cup of water. So I whispered in my date's ear and I said, hun, do you think we should get a separate check? Because I don't really want you to pay $90 for my chicken tenders. No lie. He motioned to me like this. I didn't say another word. I just said, okay. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I just said, okay. Didn't say another word about it. Now, at the conclusion of this date, he did walk me to my car this time, and another lady rode with me. I gave her a ride home instead of her taking an Uber since I said I was going to drive by her area. She and I talked about the day. She said, oh, look like you guys had a good day because she didn't realize that I had just met him. The very next morning, I woke up to a message from him telling me we are not a match. He did not appreciate the fact that I said maybe we should get a separate check. He felt like I was being cheap, and he doesn't operate like that. I cannot tell you how much that baffled me. I sat there and I literally got that message before I even opened my eyes. And I woke up to that message and I was like, what? I literally was just trying to save this man some money. And he told me that he felt disrespected. Mine was blown. Now, one thing I didn't do, I did not go back and forth with him and try to prove my worth or validate my point. But I did reiterate to him, you know what, I had already seen some things in you that maybe I realized it too. We were not a match because your ass couldn't even walk me to my car, knowing darn well I parked in a parking garage late at night. Couldn't even walk me to my car. But again, I didn't go back and forth. I just let it be. And then I blocked him. Y'all, when you are out here, pay attention to the details because the devil's in the details. This man showed me who he was, and I'm so glad he showed me early because I would have honestly thought he was a great catch, and he wasn't. Maybe a great catch for somebody else, but not a great catch for me. I paid attention to alignment, and you know what? He and I also, we were not aligned, and you know what? That was okay. At the end of the day, I hope he's doing well. I never talked to him again after that. Dating is an interview process. It is. That doesn't mean go out here and ask interview type questions, but it does mean it is an interview process to get to know people. But most importantly, you're supposed to get to know yourself. So if you find that you're out here struggling dating and you're going on date after date after date that's leading to the same place, which is no damn where, then you're doing it wrong. Save yourself time and energy by attending one of my webinars. I literally have a free webinar every other week talking about dating. I spent 8 long years on a struggle bus trying to figure out what in the world was I doing wrong. We're talking a few hundred men. Do you know how many times I had to get up and get dressed and leave the house to go on dates with people who just ultimately didn't align to me? Don't waste your time like I did. Seriously.